The roses were already dead on the kitchen table. Not wilted, dead. Brown at the edges, like they'd given up before the week was out, like they understood something the calendar didn't. He stood there staring at them, barefoot on cold tile, Valentine's Day bleeding in through the window like a joke nobody asked for. The clock on the stove said 10:54. It always said 10:54. Not because it was broken, because that's where his mind pinned it. That was the minute the world snapped in half and kept pretending it was whole. He ran a hand over his face and felt the years in it. Not wrinkles, years. Heavy ones. The kind that don't pass so much as settle into your bones. There used to be noise in this house. Dogs scratching at the door, her voice from the hallway, a laugh that would hit sharp and then soften at the end. Now it was just appliances humming like they were embarrassed to be alive. He walked past the couch where she used to sit and folded his arms tight against his chest, like he was bracing for impact that already happened. People talk about moving on like it's a highway exit. Take the ramp, merge back into traffic, find another destination. Bullshit. This wasn't a missed turn. This was the bridge collapsing while you were still on it, and everyone else kept driving like they didn't see the smoke. He opened the bedroom door without meaning to. The bed was made. He hated that. He hated that it looked untouched like a museum exhibit. Here lies the shape of a life that ended at 10:54 a.m. He sat on the edge and stared at the wall. Valentine's Day. He remembered one year she brought home cheap grocery store chocolates and acted like they were rare treasure, threw them at him and said, "Don't get soft on me." She didn't want fairy tale love. She wanted real. Real meant fights that ended in laughter. Real meant silence that didn't need filling. Real meant she could see the rage under his ribs and not treat it like a defect. She wasn't scared of him. She was steady. That's what he lost. Not just a wife, his damn anchor. He stood up too fast and the room tilted. For a second, just a second, he wished the tilt would keep going. Just drop him through the floor. Let gravity finish the job. Grief started. But it didn't. It never does. Instead, it corrects itself. You regain balance. You stay upright. You keep breathing whether you want to or not. That's the 1,000-year hangover. It's not dramatic. It's mundane. It's brushing your teeth in a house that's too quiet. It's buying dog food alone. It's seeing couples in grocery aisles arguing over pasta sauce and wanting to scream, "Do you even know what you have?" He walked outside. Cold air hit his face. The sky didn't care what day it was. Clouds moved like nothing had happened. He thought about the moment. That final one. How time thickened, how everything narrowed, how the world became a tunnel with one brutal exit. There was no music, no cinematic swell, just reality. Hard and irreversible. He clenched his jaw. "I'm still here," he muttered. It wasn't a victory cry. It wasn't pride. It sounded more like disbelief. Still here. After the clock stopped, after the house emptied, after the version of himself that existed with her died quietly in the same room. He leaned against the truck in the driveway and closed his eyes. There's a version of him somewhere, some alternate thread, where she's inside making his eyes. There's a version of him somewhere, some alternate thread, where she's inside making coffee, where Valentine's Day is stupid but sweet, where 10:54 is just another minute. That version doesn't know this one exists. Lucky bastard. He opened his eyes again. The world stayed. The air stayed. The ache stayed. So did he. Not because he wanted to, because leaving would mean her story ended without a witness. And he refuses to let that happen. He walked back into the house, past the dead roses, past the clock, past the echo. He didn't light candles. He didn't play sad songs. He just stood there and said her name out loud. Not dramatic, not broken, just real. Happy Valentine's Day. The words didn't fix anything. They weren't supposed to. They were a marker. Proof that the love didn't die when she did. Proof that grief is just love with nowhere to land. The clock still said 10:54. He let it. Then he moved. Still here. Still breathing. Still carrying a love heavy enough to last 1,000 years.